David or Natalie, whatever you want. Anyway, okay, hold on one second. Yeah, I got you. Thank you. Right, exactly. And that's what Jonathan said, and we can corroborate that here at the scene, because what you're seeing, Natalie, you're still seeing a heavy police presence out there, and that's the NYPD Harbor team. And we have confirmed with multiple sources that the scuba team, the harbor units out there, the scuba team is actually in the water, Natalie. The scuba team's in the water doing what's called secondary search. So what Jonathan said, they're just checking if there is someone else in the water. They're checking for any evidence, anything they can see. So it's not just the team on the boats there. It's not just harbor unit, but it's also divers, Natalie and David, in the water right now, and they're doing that secondary search sort of just in case, right? They don't know what they have. Yep, and so that's why they're in the water right now, Natalie. Again, yep. Okay, so what we're confirming is exactly what Jonathan's saying. They are searching just in case there may be anyone else in the water. So the NYPD Harbor unit is out there. Those are all the lights you see out there. That's NYPD Harbor. We have also confirmed that the scuba team is in the water. They're in the Hudson right now, and they're doing that secondary search, Natalie. So when they got there, they were able to pull people from the water. Now divers are in the water searching just in case there's anyone else in the water. So they're in the water right now searching in case there's anyone else. They're searching for any evidence, anything they can find. But what we have confirmed is at least 5 people, we know now at least 5 people have been pulled from the water. There are multiple fatalities, but right now this is far from over. The work is going on in that secondary search to see, as Jonathan said, if there's anybody else who may have been on board that helicopter. They don't have a manifest. They don't know how many people were on board that chopper. So what they're doing is they're searching the water right now. NYPD is in the water taking a closer look. Natalie and David? No, where we're at, Natalie, on Pier 4, we're sort of removed from the West Side Highway a bit, so it's locked off. You have NYPD and FDNY restricting access, so there's nobody down this way. This is all rescue workers who are down here. We sprinted down this way. There's folks on the West Side Highway, but they've kind of cleared out. So from this spot here, Natalie, it's very difficult to sort of see across the way. Photojournalist Nelson Shawn and Katie Berry are giving you that look, but that's through that zoom lens, right? On a tripod, it's far across the Hudson. So from shore here, it's very difficult. We've not talked to any witnesses who saw anything, but again, that's because sort of rescue workers have sort of, Natalie, you can see, commandeered this pier, and they've launched boats from here as well as several rescue teams. So we're not seeing the public here. These are all rescue teams that are heading out here who have gone across, and again, to help with that secondary search. No, it looks like Jim Long from the FDNY, so PIO is stepping off, but no signs of the mayor, Tiff. No signs of mayor. We might. That's Kaz's guy. Just. Sorry, I asked for it to rain harder. Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to see who's coming off that boat. It looks like some of the deputy mayor's guys are coming off. Creds. Oh, I have them.
Okay, great. I don't know.
Yeah, whenever you need. Okay. NYPD vessel that just came back. There are still NYPD scuba team is still out there conducting that secondary search right now across the Hudson. You can see them out there. FDNY, there's still people here that on Pier 40, not far from the Holland Tunnel here on the West Side Highway. So several rescue workers are out here. The vessel just came back. Again, David and Natalie, they're still conducting what's called a secondary search. So divers, NYPD divers are in the water. They train for this. This is what they spend time sort of looking to see if they can find anybody else who may have been in that helicopter. They're also looking for any sort of pieces of evidence. They're looking around to see, try to put this together, just what happened. So you have that secondary search happening right now out on the Hudson. Again, Deputy Mayor Kaz Daughtry just getting back here. Deputy Mayor, there he is, Kaz Daughtry stepping off the boat, one of the first to respond on scene. Let's see. Hold on, let's see if he's going to talk. If we can get any information, I'll see what we can do. Let me see if I can. David, Natalie, just bear with us for a moment. If we can get an update from him, let's see what we can do real quick. He's making his way over. Can we talk? Deputy Mayor.
Give us a moment. The mayor's on the way. We're talking.
Okay. Yeah, Deputy Mayor Kaz Daughtry just stepped off that boat. They want to have a quick briefing. He says Mayor Eric Adams is on his way here. They'll have a briefing here shortly. Again, Deputy Mayor Daughtry was at the scene there and just stepped off and said to give them a few minutes. They're sort of having a briefing. The mayor's expected here shortly. We'll bring that to you live as soon as he gets here. But again, right now, what's happening across is they're still in the midst of that investigation. Yep. Okay. I don't know when that's going to be. I think it's going to be over there. I kind of don't want to give up our position.
What else is there? Not present.
Can we just stay put? Oh, that's what you're saying. In the car. Yes, sir. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Let me show you that.
Guys, get away.
So 6 people confirmed. 6 confirmed fatalities. Tell me. Fatalities, 2 critical. 2 children. No, that you're the best. 2 children. 2 hospital. And critical. You said the helicopter took off from Manhattan. Do we know which side? No, that's okay. Do we know if it was a tourist chopper? Tourist chopper. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you responding. Thank you. All right. We'll see you. Bye.
Can't see them there. Even if you were there, I didn't think that was like I was next to
It doesn't matter. They place network here.
Yeah. Oh, they can. Whatever they want. Unless you.
Is the guy with a good job, right? So you have to network. They want to they can swap.
No. I just wanted to see what our plan was for. So like, let you guys take this. That's the one that sent me the thing about the guy's missing daughter.
could use one camera.
Come under the umbrella, Mark?
What's that?
Come under the umbrella?
Nah, nothing. No mayor yet. No mayor yet.
What's the weather forecast?
I feel like we would have gotten yanked. They're like, what is it?
Ricardo, what was the upshot of the news conference that you went to? There's a camera setting.
Yeah, both are perfect.
Here it is. You're going to jump in to let me know.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're taking the pier off.
That's fine.
Underneath their pier on tanks. Well, people on the road.
Focus back on the boat. You want on the boat. I'm sorry. I was saying, what elementary divers in the water, secondary search, the mayor's coming shortly away. Is there anything else?
When I come left, you just take a step back further, or I switch over on my lens and my You're good to stay on that. All right.
You had boats, you had divers in the water, everyone helping each other to try to get those kids out. Okay, you got it. I'll take care of it.
Aaron, you would have to take a step back.
It's a tour home, right? From the town. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, David, these are FDNY divers who just stepped off that boat. I was just briefed, David, by a law enforcement source who was there at the scene and told me what they witnessed was teamwork. They said they saw teamwork between FDNY and the NYPD, as well as Jersey rescue workers, all working together to get those people out of the water. A total of 6 people. There are multiple fatalities, but what I was told is it was teamwork as they rushed out there. Several boats rushed out onto the Hudson when that chopper went down. Everybody working together. There's another FDNY boat, David, coming back right now. You had Harbor Unit out there, FDNY, NYPD, both in the water, on the water, trying to pull those people out as soon as possible. We're told 2 children rushed to the hospital. There were life-saving techniques being given, and it was an all-out effort to rescue, to save lives. Sadly, we're hearing there are multiple fatalities. Also hearing from law enforcement sources here at the scene that this was a tour helicopter that took off from Manhattan. I was also just told the mayor should be here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. We're waiting for a press briefing out here right now. But I asked him, what was it like out there on the water? What was happening? And he said it was sort of controlled chaos. Everybody working hand in hand, divers in the water, boats moving, a lot of these rescue workers coming back now, but he said it was an all-out effort to save lives, and sadly we're hearing there are multiple fatalities, and we're just waiting for an update out here, hopefully soon, from the mayor, from the staff, from FDNY as well as NYPD. David and Natalie.
I'll hide them in my body. Yeah, like this. No, I just have. You could have told me again.
The short fingered Hungarian.
Yeah, there's nothing to see right now, but
Yeah, we're here, Tiff. We're here. We can go if you need us to fill a little bit. That's fine. I want to talk about the rescue workers, and you can see, like, what's standing out is. Oh, you're okay. You're okay. I mean, you don't see a lot of guys smiling. Okay. Right. Yeah, but David, there are NYPD Harbor. They have units across. They got units stationed out in Brooklyn. They have units here, so they were able to move very, very quickly, right? And you're saying other vessels can help out as well. You see, obviously there's ferries, there's Coast Guard out on the water, but you're right. It's just every second in this water with the currents, with the temperature, every second matters. There are some drones up. FDNY has put some drones up just to get a different angle out here right now. But you're right, David, it's the conditions that there weren't a lot of people. There weren't a lot of sort of civilian vessels out on the water right now. Earlier today, just these conditions, very difficult. The rain's starting to pick up now. And you're right, David, this was not a very crowded time out on the Hudson. Police and fire, we're told, responded immediately, and those stationed nearby made their way out here. There you see a water taxi going. But you're right, David, there just wasn't a whole lot of people out there today. Swapping batteries, swapping batteries.
think she might. Play multiple batteries. Yeah, freezing. Remember when I told you that I was going to call out? And I didn't? Because it was your last day.
Yeah, I got you. Yep. Yeah, we're just seeing, Natalie, we're seeing more and more rescue workers return from that scene, divers, emergency responders. We're also seeing right now, you can see press teams from NYPD and FDNY, they're here. So we're told that the press conference should be starting shortly. We're again expecting the mayor here, we're expecting a briefing. We are told, again, multiple fatalities, FDNY and the NYPD, the emergency service unit, as well as harbor team raced out there. Divers went into the water. They had completed that secondary search. We were just told now they're still working out the press conference. So we're just waiting to see exactly where that's going to be, if it'll be in the pier or inside the industrial building here. We're waiting to see that. But again, you're seeing across the Hudson a very active scene still as they assess and start to try to put together. You've heard Chief Investigator Jonathan Dienst. They're starting to put together exactly what happened, what caused that helicopter to go into the Hudson. And that will be some of the work that'll be efforted right now. But again, David and Natalie, we're waiting. What are you thinking in a short time? Pardon me one second. In a short time, you're thinking, Dan? You hope so.
I'm hearing everybody's en route.
Okay. All right. So we're hearing everybody's en route. Mayor's en route. Other officials are en route. So expecting that press conference to happen in a short time here. David and Natalie. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been paying attention to it.
Oh, I'm on mic mode.
How you feeling, Mark?
Katie, hey Katie, did you read the package yet?
Yeah.
The other thing we were working on?
Yeah.
We finished, right? We started at 5:30.
doing the press. I'm just see if I can get a position beyond this pit. No, not beyond this pit. Okay. Thank you, guys. It is. You're here. Hey, how are you? How you doing? It's okay. Wait, somebody's got to bring you back. One of these guys is going to come. One, what? That one,
Yeah. Hold on. Any of those coming?
Yeah.
Anybody coming to the presser?
Press conference. Who's coming to the press conference? Come now. Let's go. Anybody attending the press conference, putting a camera up at the press conference, please now, we need you to come forward and go down to the location. Let's go. No offense. I hope I don't see you again today.
Are you going to be using the recording?
Yeah, I don't know how long you want that. Who's Max? Late to the party. Let's go.
Guys,
Tony. Yes, sir. We're going to start coming in. Now? Let's go. Hurry up. Hurry up.
Right.
Guys, you're coming out.
Watch out, watch out.
Here you go. Hey, they're coming out. They're on their way.
cameras.
There you go. All right, so you come to Pier 40. All right, the main building, the main structure, right? And then you just come alongside the mayor. Yeah. You can actually drive it to the service road and then. Press conference. Not that you're going to be having a car, but whatever. I'm right on the between the building and the river on the south side. No, it's I don't know about it. I don't know about the playing fields. And our Jersey partners, the police officers in Jersey as well, and the Coast Guard. 3 adults and 3 children were on board a Bell 206 helicopter that had left from the downtown Skyport just about 3 p.m. The pilot and the family visited from Spain, what our preliminary information has at this time. Members of the FDNY and NYPD harbor units arrived at the scene, and divers from both agencies entered the water. At this time, all 6 victims have been removed from the water, and sadly, all 6 victims have been pronounced deceased. Again, we're praying for the families and our gratitude to the rescuers and the courage that was displayed in their dedication. I will now turn it over to Fire Commissioner Tucker.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. As the mayor said, at approximately 3:15 this afternoon, numerous calls were received for a helicopter crash in the Hudson River. We have FDNY assets right up the road here, and we launched our boats immediately. This operation was a joint operation between the FDNY and the NYPD. Our rescue swimmers were in the water shortly after the call and recovered some of the victims. We worked very closely with the NYPD divers on this, and I think this tragic day does indicate just how the spirit of cooperation between the NYPD and the FDNY is alive on the streets and in the water. So thank you very much.
Good afternoon. The mayor covered most of it, but perhaps I have a few details to add here. Obviously, this is an ongoing investigation, and all information that we'll provide is preliminary and subject to change. At approximately 3:17 this afternoon, multiple 911 calls started coming in reporting a helicopter crash in the Hudson River near the New Jersey coastline off the coast of River Drive in Hoboken. NYPD units from aviation, harbor, scuba, and patrol all responded. with our first units arriving at the site within minutes. Our NYPD divers entered the water along with rescue personnel from FDNY, Port Authority, and various New Jersey agencies. According to the manifest, aboard the helicopter were 6 people, 1 pilot, 2 adults, and 3 children. NYPD divers pulled 4 people from the crash site, and FDNY divers recovered an additional 2. Immediate life-saving measures were undertaken on the vessels at the scene, as well as the adjoining pier. 4 victims were pronounced dead on scene, and 2 more were removed to local area hospitals, where sadly both succumbed to their injuries. Names are being withheld at this time, pending family notification. Here is what we know about the flight, and this is based on flight tracking software. A Bell 206 helicopter flying for the tour company New York Helicopters took off from the downtown Manhattan heliport at 2:59 p.m. The aircraft flew south before turning to fly north along the Manhattan shoreline up the Hudson River. At 3:08 p.m., the helicopter reached the George Washington Bridge and then turned again to fly south along the New Jersey shoreline. Shortly thereafter, the aircraft lost control and hit the water just a few feet off the coast of Pier A Park in Hoboken. The cause of the crash is currently under investigation.
A few questions. Go ahead. Give us the ages, please, of all the occupants.
We don't have that information at this time, and we're holding to a complete investigation.
Go ahead.
Could you tell us about the
Wait, one at a time, please, ma'am.
Could you tell us about the recovery of the helicopter? Is the helicopter submerged in the water? How did divers find it?
I'm sorry, sir?
How did divers find the helicopter? Is it submerged, and what happens now with the recovery?
The helicopter hit the water, we believe, inverted, and it was, the cabin piece was visible above the water.
Mark, go ahead.
Do you know why the family was in town? Was that vacation?
No, still preliminary investigation.
Jen?
Any background on the pilot, any past incidents with him before, perhaps anything in the crash?
It's still, as you see, this is fresh. All this is preliminary, and we're going to look into that.
Time for 2 more. Go ahead.
Do you have any idea of how old the helicopter was, the age of it? And also, we had witnesses telling us that the helicopter supposed to stop in midair, and there were pieces of the helicopter falling off before it actually hit the water. Have you heard of that? Do you know why? As part of this investigation?
You have anything on?
Yeah, I think the entire incident is under investigation by the NTSB and the FBI and obviously local authorities as well.
Is that something, though, that you have seen, that you have heard witness accounts of?
It's consistent with 911 calls and witness reports.
Right. Last question. Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask the gender of the people that were on board, the children especially.
Still an investigation. We want to be cautious about releasing any information until we have notified family members and the communication with the consulate.
Yeah. And before we close, just lastly, when myself and Commissioner Tucker arrived on the Jersey side of the Hudson River, we were met by the first responders and they told us they did everything they can to try to save these victims. And you can see the trauma in their face. They did everything they can, and they wanted me to make sure that I made that public. They really tried their hardest. So thank you. Yeah.
Thank you all so much. Thank you.
chopper. Everyone has died. The mayor and his team here just talking about the heroic efforts and the rescue teams trying to reach that family, the pilot and the family here visiting, trying to reach them, trying to help. And it wasn't enough. Obviously, a very, very sad day here along the Hudson. The investigation underway. But again, this is a live look right now. We're told that FDNY and NYPD will be out here on the Hudson, continuing to hold that scene. Obviously, NTSB will be investigating. But again, a lot of questions that still need answers. David, Natalie, back to you.
Good